Yo, 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 good morning. Let me know if the music's too loud. It should be fine, though. Good morning, King Carnage. You are first. I can confirm that. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Garden, Mel, Wheats Bro. Morning. Big Rollout, Deuce, SF, E, Ashley, Rambo, Maddie. Good morning to each and every one of you. We are 20 seconds away from the market opening. I'm going to go ahead and take off this. And fix my time axis, because holy God. There we go. So we'll be opening up between here and here. Alright, and just as posted, if you guys have access to the levels channel, today's plan is Boulder here with a pop retest over 498.30s towards 499.50 and 500.50 range. So we're looking above this to get to this area. Above where another fight can happen before more clear direction, so watch for lower high or higher lows here. Don't just look for a test of this and then grab puts. You could actually see them build higher lows than this and build higher, so watch out for that as well. If you see lower highs, definitely look into some good risk reward for shorts. Beyond 500.50, which is the top of this range, is 501.20, 503.65, bottom of this area, and 504.35, top of that area. So zoom that down. Rejection of this area, the 498.32 right here, where we're opening up at, and loss of 497.15, the area underneath the previous day control point, can bring pullbacks towards 496.23, 495. I think I drew the top of that, yeah, and then 494. Under 494, you can look for more pullbacks. So previous day low, 493.86 if you want to be exact on the cent. But that is what we're looking for. So right out of the gate, we're looking, can we get some lower highs? Or are we going to break over 498.32? That'll give us clear direction. Good morning, Fool. Good morning, Jedi Juan. What's up, Susan? What's up, Maddie? Good morning, everybody. Definitely drop a like on today's stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in so early on. Already got almost 40 people in here. What's up? If you guys need me to repeat, geez, I sound so country right there. Repeat the game plan in about 10 minutes, we can. But give me a thumbs up if you did understand what we were looking for. Good morning, Manny. We're already testing the previous day control point. Remember, this is just a fancy way of saying if you go to yesterday or Friday, you grab a low to your high. Basically, between that low and high, we're just looking for the 50% of that range. That is what 497.16 is. So anytime you guys see an orange dotted line or a yellow dotted line, it's either an all-time high or it's a previous day control point. So very rare you'll see the all-time high one. But we got the previous day control point right there, and a very important kind of combination of levels between 498.10, 498.32. So yeah, we are a little bullish, but we're looking for a push over this first. Better higher lows to show up above the previous day control point. Any lower highs that pop up under this or break of this can definitely bring a pullback. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. Tesla, what the fuck? I didn't even notice. Somebody in chat said it. That's crazy. I was gonna say, I think Nvidia's up. Well, up from previous date close. So far, you technically have a lower high under your today's open. This is bearish. The only thing you do not have is a break of that previous day control point. That's that orange dotted line. So yes, you do have a lower high. This is looking pretty bearish from the open, but we do not have a break of that support. That is the only thing keeping this price up right now. 497.15. If we do see a break of that, most likely getting 496.50, 496.23 retest to the downside. If we get a hold here, build some higher lows, get a push over today's open, get a push over 498.32, there's a very good chance we see a nice push to the upside today. And there's our break of the previous day control point. Let's see if we can get a close under that on the 1 minute. So far, a really nice push under it, though. Waking back up, got a little bit of a hammer. The importance of waiting for candle closes. I don't think I've ever not taught candle close. I think one of my very first videos is me talking about candle closing on the 5 minute. Still wicking above that, so that's going to give you a little bit of caution that buyers might be present here on the 1 minute. And instantly a green candle appears like nothing happened. And now we shall see, is that hammer a fake? Or was that a really strong positioned candle to send us back up to the top side? So far it's well positioned, but we don't really have anything bullish besides us still holding the level. Good morning to anybody who else is joining in here. If I missed you. John G, good morning. Did Elon die? I'm not sure. When it comes to Tesla, I think it's kind of like obvious that it's going to get bought up. So I think this time around you're going to see people witness a true fake low, which is where like let me just draw you an ugly picture first. So like let's say like a stock is like consolidating, right? And everybody and their grandma knows to buy in this general vicinity because it always bounces from here. It's just historically it always does that, right? Well, sometimes when it makes that dip down to this support and people are buying, sometimes it reliquidates those people, a fake low, just to give people that little bit of, scare, and then make people sell. Then that's more positions other people can take, bigger money can take, and then they retake whatever the historical buying area is. Let's say it's between here and here. Then this is where they're buying as you're trying to get out of your position, and then they're bringing it right back above that support the next week. By the way, we did close under the previous day control point, so you should see a nice sell-off to 496.23. If they retake 497.16, do not sit in your position. Because a retake of 497.16 can pump this chart back up to 498.10, 498.32. And if we get a breakout over that, well, probably getting another bullish breakout. Good morning, Toby. Tobias. What's up, Valdora? Hello. Mel wants to pop so you can get better risk reward. The true bear. But yeah, if we get a close over this orange level, it's a very, very, very good sign for bulls. If you get a rejection here, it's a very, very good sign for bears. There's your first 1 minute candle close. Kind of keep in mind too of the time it is. Right now it's 8:39 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you're EST or PST or M, then you're of course gonna have a different time. But we're mainly paying attention to the minute here. So it's 39 minutes, right? So that means in the next 40 seconds, this is also a 5 minute candle close. So just kind of keeping that in the back of our mind that, okay, well, around this time, another candle on a different time frame is closing. Just good to think about. Also, a lot of you guys should already have this drawn by now, but your overnight gap fill, if you go from the previous day close to our current day open and then highlight the orange line to the gold line, and then delete that because you don't want to have all that stuff on your screen, that is most likely where this will retest if this low does end up holding and breaking down. If not, this pushes back up. Today's open, and these two levels right here, you can even combine them if you want. That gives you clear direction for more upside. So this is kind of what we're stuck looking at right now. And it looks like bears want to try to hold that level. We'll see. If they give you a hammer here, that would be crazy. This is the beginning of that next 5-minute candle. Can we all agree that we dump Tesla pre-earnings and then let Elon Pump do his thing? Give it some time. It might take some time. I like what Mel was thinking. Rejection for Poots at 498. And just remember, guys, we've already gotten that rejection. So if they don't send it back up again, it's okay. Because you technically already did get a rejection of 498s. Y'all both said that, but we've already gotten it once. There's a lower high under current day open. If I take a fib from this high to this low, if price is under this, it's bearish. If price gets over that, it's most likely going to pump up to most likely that resistance. We'll see. And look, you know what's funny too? Look where my overnight gap went, and look where the fib extension is. It just shows you the price action is very, very accurate. The plan is accurate. They're kind of curling this up, though. We'll see. Might be taking a lot longer than bears want. Pretty cool, though. If Lulen saw this, he'd be like, damn. Because it's funny how it matches up with that fib to reach that to this fib. They're like almost the exact. For people who are not on fibs yet, don't worry. That's just something else. Probably like confusing some people. But it's okay. And we're getting multiple closes above and below this level. It is definitely a battle. This is why I try to mix those 1 and 5-minute closes. Because this whole time, it really has just felt like bears have had control. It's just a little awkward feeling. I bet a lot of you guys are kind of feeling the same way. Like, yeah, it feels like bears are here, but it's just not super pretty yet. We'll see here towards the second half of this 5-minute candle what's gonna happen. Now we're on the 1 minute, but keep in mind of what time it is. It's 8:42. It's about to be 8:43. So there's 2 more minutes in that 5-minute candle. That means at the end of these 5-minute candles, there's only 2 minutes left, and that's where they are gonna push it finally. Come on, give us a close under so we can get some direction early on this morning. Bet a lot of you guys are ready for some actual direction. Nice little dump, and then they come back up and wick it. Closed above it on the 1 minute. But they did make a fresh low, so we'll see. 496.92 is a crucial level. It really does look like it wants to do one of two things, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you might not like this. We're either going to get a very slow bleed down towards first this area, and then we'll probably see another battle, then another bleed down to previous day close to fill that overnight gap. Or you're going to see a really good hold of what you're seeing right here, or the overnight gap, and then a push back to 498s, which we might not push over, which might annoy a lot of people. And then I think from there, we'll build a higher low. So probably by like lunchtime, there'll be a better breakout. I don't know. Look how they wicked that too. They wicked it, then they build an inside bar. That's a crazy next candle to get after. They're not making it directional, is what I should say. I'm a bearish and shorting till 26th April as big results coming. Meta, Tesla, GM. Bears back. Good morning. His name is Trump Fan Club. That's funny. I am biased along here. Bullish on this week. They are baiting bears. Nice. Okay. So we got two different opinions right here in chat. This is why I kind of like our community. Is it's not, you know, none of us are really here to guess what's going to happen. You know, we're just placing our bets really, but as long as you guys don't marry your opinions, that's all that matters. But just keep an open mind as you guys battle against each other. Try not to be too rude to one another. Good morning, Fake Mojo. How you doing, man? That's okay. I'm cool with anybody in here being bearish or bullish. I could see right now on the chart on the daily, I could see why people have opinions for either side. So I really have no hate towards either side right now. What I hate is when people come in here and they're like, "Oh my god, if you guys aren't bearish, you're stupid." Like saying stuff like that. Like that's just like, "All right, man, you're kind of going overboard." I don't remember IQ having anything to do with the direction of the stock market, but all right, go off, King. Nice hammer that's holding the previous day control point. Remember, this was kind of our first indicator for direction. We're seeing a hold of that, which looked really good for bears for a little bit. Seeing a good retake, but we still have no push beyond that fib. Again, that's just going from the high of our first buyer candle down to the low of this move before it kind of just started basing out a little bit. Looking to see who has directional control over or under this area. Looks like there's a lot more things saying bulls right now, but again, we have no push over today's open. We have no push beyond 498, 498.30s. So be very careful, everybody. We have no indication of this saying we're going to break out. We just have a short-term impulse move. But you never really want to be the impulse buyer move. Sometimes you'll hear me say impulse buyer move. That's just the first buyer move off of a support that can give buyers a chance. If a higher low is to follow an impulse move, or a lower high either, then it can be a lot more higher probability of a directional move. Good morning, Crater. See, he only said Bueller good morning, not to the rest of you, just to me. Thank you, Crater. Good morning. Tobias said, I am scared of Mel. He is right too much. You are dead ass right about that one. Good morning, busy day. Just listening in when I can. Hope everyone's having a great day. You too, Matty Ice. Hope you're having a good day as well. How long should we stream today, everybody? What's everyone wanting to do today? We're still seeing a rejection of the area that's going to give us confirmation that this is bullish or bearish. Right now we're seeing a rejection of it, but no real loss of anything. Until London Open. I need that in CST. He said 24 hours. Market closed 24 hours. Mel says till I go green. Okay, so 5 seconds from now. Bet. Pump those hours up. What is the London Open? What time is that? Give that to a misinformed individual like myself. Good morning, guys. Stream all day. Bueller, LOL. What's up, Billy? Good morning. Midnight, California. What the hell? Are you high? By the way, guys, we are getting a really nice pump. I'm sure a lot of you guys are seeing that. No explanations really needed here. And I'm saying pump because they are holding the area that we talked about. 497, 37, 497, 51. I think I can remove this now because I can kind of remember that the top of it's here and the bottom of it's here. So I don't have to actually have it on my chart. I might even zoom this up because if buyers get a chance here, I want to see what's above our head right here. And I am up 29% on weeklies already, lol. How was everyone's weekend, by the way? I didn't get to ask yet. It was a pretty chill weekend. Felt kind of short, though, I won't lie. Maybe some of you feel different. Also, one more thing while you're telling me how your weekend was. If you are in the Discord, check the weekly watch list. If you are in the premium or lifetime section, check the extra setups. If you have access to this, you have access to the game plan. So definitely check that out if you have time, please. Appreciate you. I worked hard in the garden. Damn, that sounds like a hard rap bar. I worked hard in the garden. Time seems to have slowed down since the eclipse. Seriously, it really has. Definitely drop a like on today's stream, guys, if you're enjoying some of the updates. Trying to be talkative, trying to update, trying to engage with you guys. Definitely helps out the channel a ton. Almost got 70 people in here, which is crazy because it's not even 9 o'clock yet. So we got a lot of people up early, ready to go. If anybody needs me to re-go over the game plan, I can. Just let me know in the YouTube stream chat. It only costs 1 like. Now, if we get some lower highs here, should be bearish. Should be kind of what Mel was talking about earlier. If you get a push beyond 498.10, 498.32, that is all right, but we want to see a little bit more than just a breakout. I need to see a little bit more than that. So I want to see a 3-bar play, a 4-bar play, a midterm retest at the very least. Sometimes whenever you've been on one time frame too long, it's good to just kind of shuffle yourself a little bit. Sometimes I just like to go to the 5 minute, just kind of reassure myself of how did they hold this level. You know, on the 1 minute we saw mini candle closes under. Why is this doing this to me? But on the 5 minute, you could actually see we had a doji hammer and then an actual hammer appear here before getting a pretty nice buyer move. So, like I said, very big battle happening between our previous day control point and 498.30s. And that is why we like to time the 5 minute candle closes, because this candle was looking pretty good, but it was at the middle of a 5 minute candle. This candle was looking pretty good, but it was at the beginning of a 5 minute candle. If this candle would have closed lower, probably would have taken some puts there, but it did not. And then these were all awkward timing. This made an inside bar, this made a close over, so then it was like, all right, hold up, buyers are present. Now we're up here and it's like, well, you need to make lower highs or break out. That's it. One of the two are coming. Good call out. He said 15-minute inside bar. And you're good, Billy. I'm kind of going over it right now too, so hopefully you're listening. I've been going over it regardless. But that is the initial game plan right now. Initially, we were looking for any pushes below this. Got kind of awkward, like I was just explaining. No real amazing confirmation for downside. And now we're actually seeing a hold of this and a potential chance of breaking out to the upside. And this is why I love my system, because it's not about being bearish or bullish. It's about being both. Because what are we looking for, everybody? What are the two things I probably say in here every single stream? Lower highs. And you can also look for well positioned candlesticks. What is that? What does well positioned mean? Against supply, against resistance, against a level, right? Not just seeing one touch of a level and then it falling through the floor. If you miss that, okay, that's okay to miss those. But what's not okay is to miss something that clearly hits supply, makes a lower high, and then pulls back. Like right now, we're under a resistance. We're about to break under today's open, right? If this was to hold like this would actually look really good for at least going down to test this, maybe, right? Because you have a lower high here. Now, we don't know yet because the candle's still closing, but just as a quick example. And the other thing would be higher lows slash, well, position. Sorry, that's a really long word. Bullish and bearish candlesticks. Ignore the arrow. Can you remove that? Can. This is what you look for against any level, any supply, any demand, any highlighted area you ever see on my chart. You gotta look for one of these things. So just remember that. I'll leave it right there for everybody. Patterns with positioning, exactly. 50-56 is what you're looking for. Oh, this is my default chart. Why did I draw that? I don't know. I need my previous day close. I need my overnight fib on this chart. So for SPX, it's 49.95, 49.97, 91. So like a $3 range, 3-point range. And yeah, good morning to anybody in here, if I didn't say it back to you. Good morning, Bob Johnson. How you doing? How you doing? Top of the morning, Wacko Jacko. He said, hopping in to say hi, listening, but won't be contributing too much. Got lots of parts to move and organize still. Take your time, Jack. We're here for you, man. And I hope you get a lot of progression done this week on your parts and all that stuff with your business. Triple Q's just now rejecting their previous day control point so far. Good call out by Matty Clams. You too, Jack. Thank you. Good morning, SK. How you doing? How you doing? I see Tesla's at a 144 price now. It's $6 higher than what we saw earlier. Still down on the day, but nice move from their lows, it looks like. And are we going to just keep rejecting this area? You have a little bit of a dark cloud cover on the first red candle that appeared against this. We have a lower high of that. We have another rejection here with an outside bar on the 1 minute. You have multiple things telling you bears are here against that resistance. Can they hold, though? And I think that's another aspect of trading that people don't like to think about. I don't think it's that you can't. I just think it's a lot of us don't want to. But let's say you're bearish right here. Let's say you're like, fuck it, I'm taking a trade here. Excuse my language. Let's say you're like, fuck it, I'm taking a trade here, right? Let's say you're in. with the stop like kind of between here. You don't really want it to go past that, or maybe like if it surpasses that candle, you're like, I'm out of that trade. That's a trade plan right there. Let's say that person's wrong, right? And let's say person number two, trader number two, we'll call him trader 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, right? Let's say he's like, well, I think that's gonna hold and be a fake out, and it's gonna liquidate and push and close beyond this. And let's say he buys calls right here. He's thinking the opposite of that person. Which one of those two people are correct? Neither of them. We're not looking to be right or wrong. We're looking to find a place that has high probability risk reward, and then taking our chances on it. That's it. We're not looking here to get lucky. We're not looking here to guess. We're just trying to stack our confirmations in a row, and then we're jumping on it. That's it. But at no point in time did I once say, well, you should just hold this and hope it either goes to 100% or 0%. No, it's not what you should be doing. So it's not really about being right or wrong. It's about stacking confirmations and having that in your game plan. Therefore, when you actually take your trade, you have a reason to like what you're getting into, right? It's kind of like trust in real life. Like if let's say you've never met Tobias. Let's say Tobias is a new person to you. You've never met him, but you have to trust him. You're not going to trust him right out the gate because you don't know him. You never met him once. You never talked to him once. It'd just be a little weird to trust somebody you never met before, right? It's the same thing with this. I wouldn't trust a trade that I'm taking if I have zero confirmations or zero preparation beforehand, right? Tobias telling us to not trust him, dude. It's just a good example, though. So, I hope you guys, hope that clicked for some of you. But it's, I see a lot of you especially will be like, oh, well, that was wrong. That was stupid of you to be bearish. Or you'll later on be Captain Hindsight with yourself. It's not about that stuff. It's about what confirmations did you have at the time and what did you take. Okay, you're in it. Awesome. Where are you cutting? Where are you trying to trim profits? Where are your targets to the downside, targets to the upside? Blah, blah, blah. You know, everything. Having it beforehand. Therefore, afterwards, you can't be Captain Hindsight. You're just going over things that you did or did not cover. There is no random, variable in there where you're like, well, I think I thought this or I thought that. No. What did you prepare beforehand? What did you like about your trade beforehand? Then afterwards, it's a lot more steady of a variable. You know what I mean? You're not just going over guesswork. You're going over actual decisions made. And yeah, we do have a higher low, which I think is very bullish because this right here, remember what we talked about here where we were saying it looked like it was going to be a really good turnout for bears, and then we kept getting good holds at the right time. It's very impressive. From there, from this base, you now have another base up here. So now we have a little bit of a higher low over previous day control point. The only thing that could ruin this for bulls would be a rejection of this area, a pop under this recent low, and a pop back under previous day control point, which we did not get before on both 1 minute and 5 minute. Only the 1 minute closed below. The 5 minute actually was pretty bullish against that level. So that's why I'm saying from a bullish level, we have a bullish higher low. The only thing from stopping this from just pumping out of the gates would be 498.10 to 498.32. So just keep that in mind, everybody. So they're giving us a little bit of a shaky morning, but I'm not going to lie, it looks kind of clean this morning. It's really not that bad. Trying to keep everything in range here. Excuse me. Give me a dip, Tobias says. Mel says he added. Tobias said, Bears are fighting, hold the door, not gonna lie, I am sidelines. Tobias. Excuse me. Alright, so now let's see if we get a push beyond this or what the hell's about to happen. We got a couple confirmations for both sides right now. I'm feeling a little bit. I'm feeling maybe like 10% more bullish than I am bearish here, but not by a lot. Billy, are you the new Billy that joined chat? Or are you a different Billy? Are you that one that literally was just like asking questions over the weekend in premium and kind of in chat somewhere? Was that? Are you the same Billy? You are? Okay. I don't know if I'd be looking for just straight up breakouts then. If this is like the beginning of your journey with us, I don't know if I'd be looking for just straight up breakout plays right out the gate. Excuse me. God, my throat is messed up this morning. If you have been going over stuff, ignore me. If you are actually that fresh, I don't want you to take breakout plays and then when they don't work out, I don't want you to be looking back at the system like, what the hell, this sucks. Like, no, breakout plays suck. Now, I will give you this. If this does break out, it's got a little bit more push behind it just because there already is a little bit of battle happening right now. Some basing, some good higher lows are being made beforehand. So if it does break out above it, I will say it is a little bit better than just your usual 40% entry. But just letting you know. We do want to see a breakout of that, but I want to see an impulse move over it and see if you can get a higher low. We're still getting some rejection of this area. This is nuts. They're not making it easier for either side. Remember right here when we talked about this stuff? We were talking about how they just made it kind of awkward for bears and then closed back above. The same thing's kind of happening here with bulls. They're getting some really nice pushes into this resistance. We got some good higher lows, but they're making it very awkward. Good morning, paper hands. How you doing, man? Dude, he said, dude, Europe has done that all day for 8 hours now. Still getting a rejection of this. This is not a good sign for bulls. But we are still holding a little bit of a higher low, so keep that in mind. It's like our range of importance keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Got a little bit of a... Oh, no, never mind. There's a lot of selling pressure against that. Look how many top wicks you have. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I'll count that one. 4. Wait, I don't remember the password of my backup account on my YouTube. That's crazy. I was gonna give some memberships away. Now I gotta figure out what the password is to this account. Is it this? Nope. 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 What the hell would the password be? Still just kind of up against this resistance, nothing to really update. As you can also tell, we're still kind of holding a little bit of that higher low. I'll extend it to the right so we can see a little bit better. Wait, that'd be crazy if that was my password though, fool. Damn, that sucks. Looks like we're losing the yes account because I can't think of the password. I could have swore I used like a Google password. Alright, I'll make another one and then I'll do it later. But if you change it, they will tell you that you can't use an old password. Oh, bro. No, that's annoying. I actually read about that, actually. So there's a, I don't know if it was a programmer or a coder who I was talking to, but someone really smart about this stuff was telling me that, and it might already be obvious to most of you by now, but when you change your password on something, right? And let's say it's like something asking you to change it, and it's like, yo, change your password, and then you go change it, and you change it to the same password, but you didn't realize it. When you do that, that's what that gives you. That screen will tell you, hey, you can't use an old password. And then sometimes it won't even tell you that. Sometimes it'll tell you, sorry, error occurred, and that it's because the error occurring is because you are typing in the same password. But not every website will tell you that you're using an old password, so just keep that in mind. And I'm baffled I don't remember the password to this. Wait a minute, maybe I do. Oh, I thought I got it. Nope. point, or I'll do it later. We did break under that what was supposed to be a higher low, so keep that in mind that base might be breaking right now with inside of the range. Looks like we're watching like 497.50, 497.60 area. Good morning, game. Missed the dip, but down to previous day control point. I did this morning. Was at a meeting. Yeah, it looks like you are getting a bearish retest inside of the range. See if this leads into any kind of moves. Lately, we've not been getting them this morning. But it has only been 45 minutes, 46 minutes. So we really can't complain. It really hasn't been that long. So just be patient. I do like the probability setting up here for this dip down to previous day control point, but a break of that would be definitely a lot more attractive for bears to move this down lower. And they did it again. They did what they did right here. We still have a couple more minutes on that 5-minute candle. You have 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. They're doing it again. They're making it awkward for bears, and it's like enough liquidation to bring the price up. Excuse me. And they are going to give you a better close under that red level that we were calling a higher low. Some good structures breaking short term. No break of the previous day control point yet. That's that orange dotted line. It's just a fancy way. If you go from the previous day, Friday, go from the low to the high of that day with a fib, and then draw that halfway point to 50%. It's just a fancy way of saying that. It's just a good, crucial, very short-term intraday level. But that is the next level underneath, which bears actually had trouble with earlier on this morning. So if we want to see a better break of that, we'll need to see better closes under. So far, nothing like that. Not only do you have a break of the higher low, you have a rejection of the higher low. Let's see if they give you a break of the previous day control point. You did get one, but can we get a close under that with good timing? Right now it's the kind of the beginning of a 5-minute candle. And you do have a close under. Nice. 921 though was that candle close, so you have a little bit before the next 5-minute candle. And another thing to be kind of aware of, don't really have to mark it or anything, is the low that we made over here. So every time we make a new high or a new low, you got to just kind of keep that in mind, because if price ever does do this, what it just did, breaking the inside of the range structure, rejecting away from it, pushing away, just because it pushes away doesn't mean we're necessarily super bearish yet. We did break some good levels, we have a good rejection of structure, but we have today's current low to keep in mind, so just keep that in mind. But this is a really good sign for bears though. They've rejected away from resistance. We talked about the topside wicks kind of popping up in the same spot. I didn't like that one. I liked that one. And actually giving you a new low of day. Nice. I'll kind of keep my cursor here so we don't have to mark a level here. I don't know, I feel like that's helpful instead of drawing it and having even more lines on your screen. On a green day, it doesn't matter what day, Bob Johnson. If you're talking about grabbing that orange dotted line, it doesn't matter what color of day. Every single time you draw that fib, go down to up. Because all I want to know is from the low to the high, what was the 50%? I don't care about direction. It's not about direction when you're drawing that fib. We just want to go from the low to the high. Always go down to up. From the bottom to the top. Always go up with your fib when we're drawing that previous day control point. Because again, we only want to see the math of the 50%. That's all we care about. But good question. That was a great question. We're getting a lot of good questions lately. But when you are drawing like your lead test fibs and your buy the dip fibs, those are directional, so those will be different. You have a break under that low of day. If they can wick and reject this like you see at the top of the chart, this should flush a little bit more. Excuse me. Nice. That's what all of you guys were looking for. No problem, Bob. Glad to have you here. Nice. We got the test of it. And see right here, these are the mornings that destroy people's accounts because they just don't wait long enough. They buy puts instantly, and then they buy calls instantly, and then they're buying puts instantly, then they're buying calls instantly. It's like, bro, just wait. Like, wait for a reaction of something. Wait till you test support or resistance. That'll give you a lot more probability here. See, this part here, a lot harder to trade. Once you got up to here and we rejected, gave us some wicks, gave us some information, gave us a break of that short-term base that was supposed to be, you know, bullish to send us higher. It wasn't, and we could instantly see the slowdown, the rejection of where it was. I mean, it was rejecting where we were supposed to be bullish. So if it's doing that, then what should we be? Bearish. What did it do? Moved down to previous day control point, breaks that, moves down, breaks what was the low of day down here. Got a good rejection of that and pushed away. And now we're over here testing the overnight gap. If anyone here is paying attention to anything I said, we're on the right side so far. Now what we're looking for is either more destruction under this, or we want to see a hold of this with some higher lows. So again, kind of going back to our conversation, looking for lower highs or higher lows. Oh, I just almost threw my phone. Ooh, a perfect touch of 496.23. Triple Q gap filled. Great call out by SK, letting us know in the tech chart what's happening. The fool said 10% on the account. I think I'm going to only trade when BB is on because he helps me stay focused. I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, I need to just start watching the first hour. No trading, just watch what the trend is going to be. I mean, you guys got to think about it like this. And this is a weird analogy, but it's just how my brain works. So, like, trading can be a little bit like war or a battle, right? Before you go out into war, before you go out into battle, before you're actually shooting back at somebody and somebody's shooting back at you, 80 to 90% of war and battle is almost all information getting. It's all going out, getting some reconnaissance work done, coming back, getting the best information you can, and then trying to make the best decision with what information you have, right? Then from there, you can do that. And it's just like in trading, right? We need to grab as much information as we can out of the first 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours, before making better decisions to actually get into a trade. Then we have higher probability situations to deal with, not, you know, getting in and then 2 seconds later getting back out. He said, thought he was going to ask if we drive with our headlights on at night. I mean, I hope you do. That could be a good analogy too, though. I mean, there's a billion analogies we could think of. I'm just trying to think of what I can. He said headlights, question mark? What the hell's that? Oh, I use that for the order of operations. Yeah, I like that. I like those videos a lot. Because I think a lot of people are really good at like charting the levels themselves. I don't doubt them there. I think that's where most people think I doubt them, but it's not. Where I doubt most people is directional. You know, navigating the levels, not just seeing lower highs and higher lows, but knowing that there is an order to things. You don't break today's open and then go straight to, you know, this level or that level. No, there's something next. There always is. You know, so and I feel like today's open and other certain levels are really good indications of that. And again, I would definitely check those two videos out. Both should be public, order of operations 1 and 2. But it's just like PEMDAS is how I explain in those videos. You know, when you're doing like a mathematical equation and you're looking at it. Thank you, Wheats, bro. He said, very insightful videos if anyone here hasn't watched. Again, kind of re-adding onto the order of operations videos for anybody in here who hasn't seen yet. As of right now, we just have a good retest of that area below, nothing crazy. YouTube is asking me to adjust my keyframes. I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't have a setting named keyframe. If I believe correctly, order of operations video 1 is like today. Gap up, then that's our ultimate level is open price. 100%, 100%. It's just a good kind of, I don't know, it's like a good like directional level to go off of, you know. Oh, be bullish above it, be bearish below it. Yes, that's the idea, but there's a little bit more to it, you know. Lower highs, any other levels that might be close, anything like that. You guys would be astonished if you saw what I was dealing with from Verizon right now. This is just a madhouse. Alright, we are still getting some buyers off of this support. This is kind of an expected move due to the fact that we've seen pretty much nothing but higher lows. I almost promise, if I grab a fib, if anybody here has studied, you know what I'm about to do. But if you go from the low of the move to the top of the first impulse move, the high right here before a slowdown occurred, they actually held the control point. So a buy the dip base build is possible, and it's at a good spot, the overnight gap fill. So nice move, but all they've done is get up to the previous day control point. A rejection here can happen again, and you can get a similar move to how we got one here. We'll see if that happens, of course. Could just close over and pump, but we'll see. Just giving a good example. I use Mint, the coverage sucks, but I mostly just use Wi-Fi. Yeah, Verizon's like, I don't know, I've not had a single day of fun on this account. I don't understand what their issue is. Do you use the 5-minute close to decide current day open rejection? No, I'm using both the 1 and the 5-minute. I can see the rejection on both. It's not something you see on just one or the other. So on this, like on this time frame, all we see is top wicks. On the 5-minute, should be a little bit different. Oh no, it's just top wicks there too. Okay, so we got the same exact signal. Whereas the 5-minute, 1-minute confirmations of the initial test of previous day control point, right here we had hammers, which is kind of what kept us from getting into plays to the downside earlier. But you can see here on the 1-minute closed under. So kind of using both to help us out. And I'm leaving this highlighted because this is what could happen here. So just kind of giving people an easy example that happened already. But I just want to let everybody in here know, use whatever time frame you want. There isn't one time frame that is correct. It's whatever time frame you've back tested and studied the most. If you've practiced the 3-minute for months on end, then you probably have a lot more easy way of going about things with the 3-minute and how you chart or look at things compared to if you just randomly switch to the 5-minute or 10-minute today. That'd be weird, right? Because you haven't practiced it, you haven't reviewed it enough. You don't know what it looks like or feels like or moves like, right? The timing of things is different. But it's really just whatever time frame is comfortable with you. I know plenty of people who use pretty much any time frame in our chat. The 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 30. These are all very popular. The 15, I didn't even say 15. So it really is personal preference in how you look at things. Just make sure you understand the timing of things. Like if you're someone using the 5-minute, right? And it's about to be 9:45 or 10 o'clock. Understand that you're also closing on a 15-minute candle or a 30-minute candle time frame. Understand that other time frames are also being confirmed. So even if you don't use them, just understand the timing of things. Because if you come back to your chart and it's pumping back up, and you're like, why is that? Ever since 9 o'clock, we've been going up. Well, because probably on a 30-minute candle, we probably had like a hammer. But that is the reason people in my chat use time frames that they like. It's because it's the ones they've back tested the most, ones they've reviewed the most, ones they've practiced with the most. Jeez, I can't speak. It's all personal preference. You got to be comfortable with what you're looking at, but you can't. How do you become comfortable? By reviewing it more, by backtesting it more, by trusting it more. Time and reps. That's almost always going to be the answer to most things. Once you have your strategy in place and you're trying to actually aim towards trading with it more and more and more and more. And thank you guys for over 40 likes on today's stream. It looks like the stream had a little bit of a reset. I don't understand what happened there, but kicked a lot of you guys out. Looks like most of you joined back already. There's a huge V on my screen or whatever. But the levels too, you know, it's not just about what time frame, it's levels, order of operations. There's a whole lot more going on there. It reset on you twice? Man, YouTube is just trying to tear us down, aren't they? They will never stop us. Same here. Damn. Yeah, I could see it on my little screen. It kicked all of you. That sucks. If any of you are in here are in Lifetime group, I highly suggest checking out the Swing Trading TA channel and just reviewing all those posts, because I didn't make it in time to get to the live stream with them. But oh, you were blaming Verizon like I was? No, I was meaning they're messing with my account. I didn't even I wasn't meaning as a trading joke. God. Losing my breath. I'm dying. Tesla's at 140.65. That's crazy. Down $4 from that $6 move to the upside. Now look, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs under an area where they're not supposed to be bearish. Now, the next thing bears are looking for are a break of this. Bulls are going to be looking for a push beyond 497.15, and they need to see a retake of the higher low that was lost and then rejected and turned into a lower high, rejecting, moving down under the previous day control point. All we've done is test the overnight gap. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, the only thing I said is that if we do get any pullbacks, we are most likely at the very least going to test the overnight gap fill. That is what we've already done. So they don't have to break this, they don't have to pump this. They could just keep us right here. Keep that in mind. But we'll see what we get next. If they end up moving down here and breaking 496s, very good chance we get some more pullback. If we get just kind of a test of this and they hold us in range and it pump back up to this, there's a very good chance we're going to hold range. Very good move for a lot of people looking at shorts already, though. They're messing with your accounts because they have earnings today. Good morning, BB fam. Was busy at work. No trade for me yet. Tesla put swing harder for me last week. Looks good to hold another day. Good stuff, Mikey. That's a huge gain for you. But does that make sense, everyone? Because all of you guys are in here always seeing people post big gains, but you're never in here asking questions about lower highs and higher lows. I feel like I'm always repeating myself. I just want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm saying. You do understand we're looking for lower highs under good levels, higher lows above good levels, and that's it, right? We're just looking for good positioned price. That's it. You want price to be in a good position. If you can get a candlestick pattern or a higher low or lower high or something else to give you an extra confirmation, then that just makes it all the more worthwhile. I just want to make sure I'm getting across to some of you, because some of you guys will go into chat right after I'm done talking about this and ignore everything I just said. You'll see, and I'm not trying to talk shit, but I will see some of you guys go in chat after Mel or Kevo or Leland or me or someone in chat will post gains. That's why I don't like to do it anymore. But somebody will post gains in chat, and it does one of two things. One, either all of you are really happy and you're just good, you're just happy for that person, which is a great reaction. I think that's great. Everybody should have that reaction. But some people will look at that and be like, well, damn, I need to do every little thing that they're doing. Like, no, they're trading the system. You need to understand the system more. That person has had more practice with the system than you have. That's it. Stop looking at people's gains and thinking, oh my God, I need to go do exactly what they're doing right here, right now. You're already learning. You're already asking the right questions. Stop trying to rush the process. And then the other reaction, of course, can be discouragement. Don't be discouraged. Like I just said to the previous one. Those people have been working their ass off. Those people have been doing this for months on end. Have been getting reps day in, day out, week in, week out, just to get to this point. Looks like we are going to get some more drawdown here. The only thing they need to do is break 496 now for a bigger pullback. Thank you, creator, for responding. Glad to know that you understand what we're putting down. Alright, well, we got the test of 496. If we can get a break of that, more flushing can continue. A hold of this with higher lows would be a good sign for buyers if they can retake 496.50 and work themselves back towards previous day control point. But at this point, everything looks like free game for bears. If we can get a break of 496, it's game over short term. Say all of what? What did you miss? What was I talking about? Was I going over the discouragement and how people don't pay attention to shit, they just pay attention to gains? What part did you miss? Or what part was I going over? Because we'll go over all this stuff in stream, people will ignore it, and then they'll see someone post big gains, and then they're like, oh my god, what are you doing? How do I exactly do what you're doing? They're doing what we go over in stream. They just have more reps than you. They just have more time, more practice. That's really what all this is building your muscle memory, so you react a certain way. It's okay, though. I don't think anybody was going to listen. It was just ranting. If I don't post big gains, nobody listens. It's a fucking madhouse. I'm going to move that. I don't like that it's covering open price. Alright, give us that 496 break so everybody in chat can get their gap fill. I know everybody's wanting that very badly. Damn. Give my chat the drop. It is 9:57, just 3 minutes until 10. That's actually a little less than that, under 3 minutes. Like 2.5 minutes almost. If you are still under this in 2.5 minutes, there's a very good chance we're going to fill the overnight gap. Good rejections with good top wicks. We've seen that really pop up a lot today. We've seen on the 1 minute and the 5 minute at resistance. We've seen it here at the previous day control point. Might be seeing it here before they exit today's lows and make more lows. Is there anything between this and that? We'll keep 495.50 in mind. Really nice move though. I'd say this was kind of like meh, like, you know, it was alright. This was really good. I liked that a lot. And this was sexy. I would say this was the best one. I'd say this one and this one. These two here. These are two that you should be able to catch. If you're not catching these, totally fine. It's okay to not want to catch the very first rejection of something. But, I mean, this was pretty clean. It was the rejection of inside of the range support structure. I mean, if you've watched literally any of our live trades or any of me and Leland's breakdowns, we always look for inside of the range structure. And then the previous day control point. I mean, this is pretty obvious. Not even just from other days' price action, but from today's price action. Good lower highs of it. Didn't really get a good retest from here. If you go here and try to use my fib method, I don't think you got a good retest here. I'm just kind of back testing now. But if you go from the break of previous day control point to the bottom of the first buyer candle before it popped up, so the low of the move. Okay, they did give you a midterm retest. I'm sorry. Never mind. Joke's on me. They gave you that. So, something hidden. And then they gave you a lot more clear of a retest, a rejection and a lower high rejection, which just kind of back testing it again. If you go from the high of that move to the low of that move, they are indeed under that golden pocket and control point. So it did end up working. And we can remove this now. I just wanted to highlight that to show you guys that that's what we want to see right here, and we did get that move. Now we're kind of looking for the same thing as we did here and here. So if we can get a good rejection, a break under, anything like that, overnight gap should fill, or at least get close to filling. We saw that 495.50 level was kind of an in-between important level, half-ass. A good close over 496.50s would be a very good sign for buyers short-term, because that would show that they're trying to hold this recent low that was made, which would be a great sign. But if not, they reject here, should see some more flushing. So just kind of keeping that in mind. Let me zoom this back out so it's a little easier to see again. And there we go. But that is the breakdown. No, you're a good garden trader. It's not your fault. It's YouTube. I really have no idea what's going on. It's really not your fault though. It keeps telling me my bit rate's not high enough, and then I increase it, and then it's like, yo, your bit rate's too high, and then I lower it, and it's like, yo, it's too low. I don't know. My bit rate is bipolar apparently. No idea. Rambo posted his dog in the trade for if anybody wants to see. I know we got our fair share of dog people in here. What kind of pet person is everyone in here? I guess that's a fun question to ask. Are you guys dog people, cat people? Are you is there a different animal? I'm not saying that you're that type of person. Are you a ferret person? Are you a parrot person? It's okay, fool. I'm not really speaking to the people like you who are here and listening. I'm more speaking to the people who aren't gonna reply to me. I'm speaking to the people who go into chat, see someone post big gains, and then they just ignore everything that was posted up to that point, and they just want to instantly annoy the person that posted the big gains. It's like, dude, relax. They've taken more time to practice than you. Please stop jumping onto my traders as soon as they post a gain. Those are the people I'm speaking to, because those are the people I'm most worried about. They're volatile. They're emotionally volatile. They don't know what to attach themselves to. What do they attach themselves to? Big shiny objects, big gains. So they jump onto that instead of focusing on structure, stability, the system, everything that we go over in here. These are the people I'm speaking to, and I hope those are the people that are listening. I know I have people in here who are listening. I'm not talking about y'all. Y'all are people that just kind of go without saying in my head. You know, I don't really need to go over that, because a lot of you guys are doing the right thing, but there are many people in chat who are doing that, and it's a little worrying, I'm not gonna lie. But I see a lot of people do that in chat. Like, just let these traders trade. They're on the same system as you. You guys are doing the same thing. You're all posting in the same spots. You know, there's nothing more you can get out of it. You just gotta work and get through some reps over time. It's just a time thing now. And doing your best. Just saw something B-Ferg said. And doing your best to try to aim towards the system. Like, you're not always going to be perfect. We're humans. We're not computers. We're not going to be able to react perfectly to every little thing. Bob Johnson said he is a fish person. Wheatsbro said bears. Cat, but Siamese cat. They basically are dogs that don't stink. Bro, what is with YouTube today, man? I didn't do anything. I'm still reading some of these. Lizard. Misi says she loves little doggies. And Tobias says cat and you don't have to walk. I like how he has all these points to go to back up his answer. Good man, good man. Just got 20% puts on IWM Spy and Spy. Done for now. Good job, Carter. Dogs, cats, rats, and bats. Only like the Bears because they are a free W for the Packers. GG. Oh, God. That's funny. Connor says, what is overall P&L? My brother in Christ, what are you asking? Who are you asking? Now Spy wants it. They're definitely trying people's good looks. Fool, you have to tell me what you mean by that. VM instance provisioning. Good morning, Leland. How you doing, man? So far, we've gone over a lot. Pretty much just updates on Spy. We covered some of what could have been the best entries of the day. Lined up with basically both of people's entries today, so that was good. And YouTube kicking everybody from stream. Same stuff every day. Oh, YouTube back and stuff? Okay, cool. Uncle Brotherly Land. That came out kind of weird. I'm going to do some bad things if we don't fill the gap. No, peoples, no. Stick to what you planned. Keep the loss small if it does pop back up. Year to date as a community, our overall P&L is 420, down 420k. We lose, but we lose as a team. Yeah, it's like, damn, we suck, but at least we're together. New low of day hit for like half a second, wicked up again. I think you're about to get a flush here. A retake of 496.23s invalidates this. Ah, you're good, peoples. It's good to joke. I know all of you are probably begging for this to flush. I just that's another thing. Like, Connor, you came in here and asked what is overall P&L, and I asked you what are you asking about, and now you're just like nowhere to be found. I said, oh, you're asking what it meant. You're not asking me or the chat. You are literally asking what P&L meant. No, you are not special. Do not say that. Everybody drop something nice in chat for Connor. Let's raise his spirits a little bit. My boy needs it. He didn't know what P&L meant, but he now does. The way he asked it, too, is like, what is overall P&L? Like, hope you're okay, Connor. You're having a wild Monday. Leech Bro said, yeah, give me 24k. I'm going to screenshot this chart for chat real quick. Whoa, okay, guys. Whoa, what the... I said say something nice, not get weird on me. Get weird on Connor. Now he's going to never join again. He's like, what the hell? This crowd's weird. See what Susan said was a great answer. All good, Connor. Don't worry about it. I don't know what the hell the rest of you just said. Yes, that might raise his spirits, but that might also... I swear, man, some of y'all are very comfortable being here. Which, that's okay. It's just very funny. Oh my god. Sometimes I read these comments by y'all and I'm just like, to myself, I'm like, find God. Like, please find God. Find something. No. You were the only non-weird one, Susan. I appreciate you. I'm just messing with them. I know they're all trying to be funny. I forgot that we have like 60 different comedians in here. Leland said, God bless SPX. It kicked you off from stream again, didn't it? Well, I'll be damned. Damn, today's stream is going to have a lot of views because you guys are having to click on it so much. Is the stream still live? Yes. Yes, it is. I am still here. Here, if you guys also have Discord, I'll just join a Discord chat and you guys can listen at the same time, but... is that mic working? Yes, it is. Okay. If you join the Discord, you can also hear me talk. but you won't be able to see the screen. All good, Sand Dollar. I was just given the option since YouTube's going to be an a-hole. But we're just chilling, just looking at some stuff. Let me go back to SPY. I probably don't care about this chart. Let me zoom in. And I apologize to anybody who is just begging to watch this stream because I am as annoyed as you are, trust me. But right now, we are getting some really good pullbacks away from support, so most likely getting the overnight gap fill. I would say very high probability of that. Of course, any retake of 496.23 can be seen as a potential short-term retake by buyers. So nothing super, super bullish, but it'd be a good early sign. And then a higher low of that early sign would be a good trading signal. And honestly, guys, make sure to go through this as much as you can, especially today's stream. I know it was a little laggy, but just going back and reviewing, like, oh, here was a retest. This was the lower high retest, like over here. Like, yeah, going back and looking at it afterwards is very obvious, but you need to go from making it obvious to seeing this in real time. You know, not just afterwards seeing it easily and be like, oh, I know this, I know that. Like, okay, I don't care that you know it. Show me in real time that you understand. YouTube keeps doing this. I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to just do Discord streams from here on out. Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm here. I've been talking the whole time. Y'all will be able to see the account name in the Discord stream, but it won't do you any good. So, have fun. Twitch? Yeah, maybe Twitch. Might have to move over to Twitch. Who knows? Yo, Sand Dollar. Thank you so much for that, man. He just donated $4 with the Russian coffee emoji that we like to look at. Which we still don't even really know if it's Russian coffee, but we're going to roll with it. He said, I was watching the opening of your stream again. I was so so much confusion. Confucius say. That's funny. Alright, well, I am officially streaming on YouTube and Discord, so if you're tired of clicking on YouTube and you have access to Discord, I am streaming there as well. I guess I should do this from here on out. And then if YouTube gets bad, I'll just end it, and then I'll just stay in Discord. It just sucks, though, because the Discord guys don't get to hear music, so they're just hearing my fan and my white noise in the background, and then, of course, my voice. So that is the one downside. But there is an upside to this over the YouTube stream, is I have a soundboard on Discord. So let's say we hit like a really awesome trade. We could be like, alright. Bunch of golf clapping. And let's say it's really awkward and we're like, we're bullish here, and then it like falls through the level. It would be like... So, a little more extra fun we can do with that. Thank you, peoples, for entertaining me. Leland sharing some awesome updates inside of the message chat of the voice chat. So if you do join my live stream on Discord, Jesus, click this icon right here where it says open chat, and it'll take you to this. And this is just like a text chat that's within the voice channel. So it's just like for people who are here while we're talking to each other. And yeah, but he gave a nice update too, what we're looking at for SPX. So if you want to check that out, you can. And yeah, there should be a members only voice chat, which I think it is. Looks like most people in here, yeah. I think anyone has access, but don't tell them. He said your voice is white noise. Full set gonna go shit post on both now. Appreciate that. Sandollar. Wow, that I don't know what it is with Sandollar. How come he's the lucky one? Why does every time he gift one, it goes to someone that will actually use it? I swear every time I gift one, it goes to like some random name I've never even seen in here. It'll be like gifted to trader 123456. Legendary gifted membership though. Thank you, Sandollar. Not just for the $4.99, but also giving someone an entire month of access to the videos. We do have over 100 videos in that section now. I am very proud to say so. Let's go see how many are in there exactly real quick. I know if I go to my manage videos tabs, I can edit it to just show me those videos. Yeah, here it is. Visibility, members only, apply. Alright, so we officially have 102 videos in the members only section of the YouTube, which is pretty impressive because I tried my best not to spam upload. There were weeks where I didn't upload because I just felt like there was already so much, and I wanted to give you guys chances on catching up to different things and just kind of, because I know how it can be. It's like on the weekend you don't want to always be like, oh, I gotta grind this weekend. Like, no, some weekends it's nice to just kind of do your own thing and chill and then go at your own pace, you know. And I know everyone's everyone's pace is a little bit different, so if you're like just now getting through some of that stuff, it's okay. Don't rush. He said, oh wow, the voice on here is so much better than on YouTube. Do I sound younger? Do I sound worse? Do I sound like shit on YouTube? Nice job though, nice job. Everybody looking good. Mel, you didn't even type it right, but I already understood what you meant. I speak Mel, man. I am very fluent in Melanese. The bitrate on YouTube is more compressed. Oh. Huh. I swear, Fool's like this like hidden genius we have in chat that just like hasn't really shown us his full potential, but you can tell the more you talk to him or that he answers, you could tell he is like a really smart person. Either he's really smart or he Googles a lot. But either way, I mean, he's going to complain about a resourceful person. Midterm retest, great call out by Peoples. You can see that inside of the Discord, a little text chat inside of the voice. If you guys are in the Discord voice chat, type in that channel real quick. Just say hi or something. Make everyone jealous. Oh wait, they can't see that. Okay, Shaq. Okay. He's like, alright, you want me to type? I'll type. Oh my god. People come into this chat and they're like, man, Bueller, I'm so impressed by how many like more mature people you have in here. And then I show stuff like that. I swear. Is he GTP 5? He might, honestly, Tobias. Fool might be GTP 5. To be honest, I am so excited for GTP 5 to come out. Altman has been cooking some legendary stuff. I can feel it. I think it's going to be awesome, man. I think it will too. I think as many people that love GTP4, I think they're going to love the 5th. Because there'll be a lot more integrations. There'll be a lot more things it can do. It might even have more updated information closer to today's date rather than the other one being kind of stun locked at a certain spot. The voice is so much more clear here. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I think Discord's they just got that locked down. They just have audio down. He said, nah, not GPT-5, am fool. Anyone experienced with the meta AI at all? I have personally not, I will be honest. There's only 2 AIs that really mess with, and they're almost the same thing. GPT, of course, which I feel like you gotta be a nerd to not have clicked on that by now. At least once. It is kind of cool. I've seen so many uses for it that people have legit used, and it has actually helped them. It's pretty impressive. But what I thought was cool was all the integrations they're going to be doing. Like you should be able to voice recognition. Like, hey, blah blah blah, and then it use that. You know, hey, find this song for me, and then it go find it. Or hey, what was this guy's name back then? What was this law? What was this? What was that? Like, it should just be able to answer instantly, and it's going to. But the other one is generative AI by Google, which that's why I said they're kind of like the same thing. But the AI generative AI tool is crazy on Google. I don't know if y'all have ever gone on there and just like Google search something, and then just under the search bar is that the AI search. If you click on that, it's very impressive. I almost always just read that spot instead of scrolling down to the first link. Yo, what's up, Andrew? How you doing, man? It's good and free, basically a search engine, but go through Grok. Yeah, Grok has a lot of good potential as well. Nard says that's all I use. I don't know. I think the AI stuff is cool. I know it's getting abused because every like company is coming out and be like, we use AI, and then it like pumps their stock price or worse, you know, makes them go down. So I think it is getting a little bit abused, but I don't know. There are going to be a lot of amazing uses for it, and it's already showing. Your pre-market is different from mine on TradingView. I don't even have pre-market on. If you want me to turn it on, I can though. I didn't even have it on. Since the pre-market low, or the meat of it's right here where my overnight gap is, and the pre-market high is basically where I was already having levels set at, I didn't bother putting the pre-market low or the pre-market high today. I'm sure some of you were a little bit confused by that, but no, I did not need it today. And no, not your bad, dude. So totally fine. You're just asking questions. Nothing wrong with that. He said, okay, Euro market is closing in 5 minutes. I'm not getting off yet. I'm going to stay on. I'm enjoying myself, and there's a lot of people in the Discord, and everyone's just kind of having a good time, so I'm not going anywhere. Plus, I have kind of abused Mondays and Fridays the past couple weeks, so I'm going to be here. Want to be here more on more streams. That's scary, fool. I just read what you sent in Discord. That is very... I mean, not scary. That's very cool, honestly. Self-learning, over-adapting. Like right here you said, iterative changes to the code it generates to make sure it bug fixes everything. That's crazy. That's crazy it even does that. It's a machine that oils itself. But did anybody have any questions about anything I've gone over in today's stream? I know parts of the YouTube stream cut out, so there might have been parts where I was talking and then you guys might not have heard it all. If there's anything you need me to repeat or go over again, or just something that's about the system, please ask. This is the time to do it, where the market is kind of at a time where it might not do as much now. But remember, we are still dealing with a bearish retest right now until we see a retake of that 496.20. That is, of course, the overnight gap fill area, is the whole highlighted area, basically. Andrew asked, or wait, he might just be saying them. I've been using 9EMA and VWAP for confirming direction when entering a trade. Are you not a big fan of them? If you've gone through my YouTube, which it's okay if you haven't, I'm not sitting here jumping on you or criticizing you. But if you've been a fan of my YouTube or been a follower of my channel for a long time, you'll actually know that I used to use the 9EMA and middle VWAP more than anybody, honestly. Then everybody started using middle VWAP and 9EMA, and I moved away from them. So it's just personal preference, but I still believe they are amazing short-term indications, short-term confirmations. I think middle VWAP and 9EMA are two of the best short-term indications you can use. I know some people like the 8 EMA over the 9, but there really isn't that much of a difference when you're on these small time frames. But I actually used the 9 EMA a hell of a lot because, and rest in peace to Stephen Bigelow, but I actually I got it from him a long time ago. He used to call it the T-line, and I was like, damn, this is amazing, because he used it for swing trades. So I used it in my system, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. And then I was like, wow, is it this good for day trading? And it was amazing for day trading. Now, he never called it the 9 EMA, but he used the T-line is what he called it, the 8 EMA or 9 EMA. And I swear, they were. Every time I back tested and, like, I'd go, like, here, and, like, yeah, it'd be a little meh. Around here, it'd be jump roping it, but then right here, it'd be perfectly rejecting it. And then at the same time, I'm seeing a lower high under the previous day control point. So now you have 1, 2, 3 things telling you, hey, this is most likely coming back down until it pops over this, giving you really good risk to reward. So it's really just personal preference, but I really love the 9 EMA, 8 EMA, or middle VWAP for short-term indications, short-term confirmations. But anything beyond that, it's kind of a waste of space. Also, I would have priorities, have a priority check. I don't know if I'd be paying attention to the 9 EMA or 8 EMA or middle VWAP if I have a break of something, right? If we're on like today's chart, if I have a good rejection of this, but it's jump roping it, right? And then I see a break of this and then a lower high, but none of my other indicators are telling me much, I'm ignoring those because this is a clear inside of the range structure break, right? Your indicators are not going to be able to call that out for you as quick because price is still developing. Price is still trying to figure out what direction it wants. But no, those are great to use. I have no issue with those. I don't jump onto people for using indicators. I just let people know that you should try your best not to rely on them. They can be good for kind of side confirmation or guidance, but beyond that, I would not make them top priority, is what I'm trying to say. But no, I have no hate against them. Zero hate. Another good EMA you might want to use too is the 21 EMA. Now, this is also popular, so I've also moved away from using it. But it's just, I'm not joking. Like 2 years ago, nobody used this shit, man. I'm not joking. I am not even trying to sound like that guy. But 2 years ago, nobody mentioned the 9 EMA, the 8 EMA, the 21. Nobody mentioned these. Everybody used the normal EMA set, which was like, it was like 10, 20, 50. No, it was like 10, 25, 50, 100, 200. That was like the usual EMA set everybody had set. Then just all of a sudden, everyone started switching over to the 9 or the 8 and the 21. The 9 and 21 or 8 and 21, those two combinations have now become definitely some of the most popular EMA combinations I've seen over the past couple of years. So, I mean, you could see, like, time changes things, but it all comes back down to that other point I made, though. just finding something you're comfortable with and sticking to it. It's not really about what's popular, what's trending, what's this guy using, what's that guy. Maybe it's just about you. You know, make it about you. What do you find comfortable to look at? What do you like looking at? Still use the levels. That you don't have to take that away. You can still use all the levels that we use, all the zones that we use, but you can use whatever else on top of that you want. It's all up to you. It's your chart. It's your preference. Be comfortable. If you ever hear me say one saying a million times, it's always be comfortable, because you're the one who has to deal with what you're looking at. You're the one who has to deal with what you're confirming with. So when it really comes down to the end of it, there really isn't an indicator that's wrong. Technically, they all work. Technically, every strategy works. It's just all about you getting your reps, you understanding what's in front of you, and really just over time trusting what's in front of you. So therefore, you can make better decisions over time. Now, maybe you have some rough patches. All of us do. But that's when you really got to remind yourself, like, people really go through this for 7-8 years before becoming profitable. So I really don't know if anybody here should be jumping onto themselves because they haven't succeeded in 1 to 2 years. It's like, dude, give yourself a chance. You haven't really put much time into your strategy yet. You know, we're not here every single day trading. We're not here every single day getting reps. So be easy on yourself, but at the same time, be strict with yourself. Get in there and make it about you. Nice, Dondu. But what indicators, this is a great time to I guess ask this question. But what indicators, if any, do you guys like to use? Remember, there is no wrong answer after what we just got done talking about. But what indicators do you guys like to look at? What EMA sets do you use? What indicators do you find comfortable? Which ones do you guys like to use alongside your levels and trend? Again, levels and your lower highs or higher lows are also going to be very important. Profitable after 8 years? Damn, I only need 12 years then to get out of this hole. No. Ones and threes, EMAs for swings, 9 and 200. Just started back using the 9 because of you. Wait, what am I looking at, Shaq? What is this? What's Llama 3? I'm a large language model based on Meta Llama 3. Go more in depth. Sends a picture. Very nice. Shaq, you're like... you're like an NPC talking to an AI. This is a funny-ass conversation. He said, go more in depth. Very nice. Carter with a great message. He said, I sent a message to the chat about that for my own mental. This shit takes time. Compared to a new sport or a job. Usually you don't get into the first few weeks or months even. Like you said, give it a chance. Also, I've been using the 9 with levels. Nice, okay. So another person using the 9. I think that's amazing too. Like, how many of you guys have access to chat but have never clicked on this channel? Trading strategy. This is like all of my strategies I've ever put into a chart or anything ever all at once in one channel for both swing trading and day trading. Now these are just the basics of them. Of course, live trades and all that stuff. We have playlist, all that stuff, but this channel is amazing because this is like I used to do this just for me. This channel used to just be for me. I would just post all my templates for like how I want to take trades, and then I would go and trade, you know, whatever. But I would try to aim towards doing whatever I had posted beforehand. Like if I had this set up, I'd be like, all right, I'm going for this kind of entry on this chart, and just vice versa. But I have a lot of really old stuff in here. You can see some of these posts from 2021. Sorry, my throat's all messed up today. I don't know why. So, really nice push above, by the way. Sorry I'm a little late to this. And now they're holding a potential higher low over 496.20. So remember what we said? We said we were very bearish unless we got a good push beyond this area. Well, now we have a good push beyond this area. So right now we need to kind of reset, refresh, and we're most likely bullish short term towards previous day control point until we see a higher low or a breakout above that. And maybe we could make this line a little bit more straight. Let me do that. How do I do that? Do I just zero? Oh wait, it has the number right there. There we go. That's flat. All right, I just wanted to have that there. And then where did my arrow go? Good post by Leland. Good job, Mel and Leland, posting in the Bueller Leland TA channel. Glad to see the trio killing it again. I don't like the RSI personally. My list is VWAP 9, 21, 200 volume and levels. That's not a bad list. Not a bad list at all. I don't like RSI either. It's just too weak. It's too open. But I used to use these cool RSI settings where I think the vanilla settings are 70-30 for overbought, oversold. I used to change it to 80-20. That used to be something I used to like to do, but I don't even bother with it now. Been a minute since I've seen RSI. Yeah, I mean, don't ever be an indicator hater, but definitely call someone out if you can't even see price on their screen. Be like, bro, you're not even actually looking at anything. But try to be nice about it, because people like their indicators, so they will fight for it. So it looks like a majority of you are kind of using the same indicators or in the same direction. But yeah, levels and then trend. Those need to be your main priority. Everything else is extra. Does anybody in here in YouTube or Discord stream, does anybody here have any issues with grabbing levels? Is there anything that just confuses you, or is there anything that you just need to talk about more? Is there anything levels-wise that anyone needs questions on? Emerging candles from the bigger time frame. Previous day levels. Current day levels. Is there anything anybody needs help with on that? Supply and demand from the previous day high and lows. Just kind of a little routine we put ourselves through with these levels. Hi Dondu says, that 30-minute looks bullish if we could pop that hammer. I'll check it out for a second. Good call. And yep, so he's basically looking for more information beyond just the hammer. Good job, Dondu. Also, good to see you, Dondu. I know you've been busy as hell, and you got like 8 other Joshes you favor over me. It's cool. Glad to see you in here, though, man. When to make the best move using levels. That's a Marabuzo on the 5-minute. Damn, who taught you that one? I'm sure I've mentioned in the past, but I don't even use those candles. But the Marabuzo is a good candle. Japanese candlestick book. Good stuff, SF. That's where you have a flat open and a... Or I'm sorry, not a flat open. It's where let's say you have like a green Marabuzo. It'd be just a green flat candle. You won't have any wicks on the bottom or the top. It's just a good green candle. Vice versa for a red. Alright, here's a great question. Andrew800 in the Discord asked, when I draw my levels and there is a gap larger than $4, I can't decide whether to mark the 50% point or not. Personally, I would, but it also depends, because let me start over. I'm stuttering. Let's say you're like starting over, right? And you're getting a new chart going. Like if you see that here, like while you're going up, and you're like, I don't like that range. Like right there, that's way too big for me. $6, that's way too much. This little $3, that's okay. That's way too much for me though. So I need to add the halfway point, wherever that is. I'm sure it's like pretty close to that. So draw your fib, all that good stuff. The that's going to get you is when you already have all these levels drawn and you're not thinking about that anymore, and then you're like jumping down to the smaller time frame, and then you're looking at your levels and you're like, wait, this is a huge range, this isn't really fair for me to say this to this, you know. Then yeah, definitely go down to that smaller time frame or whatever time frame you're on, and then add that, include that. Damn, that was almost to the cent. So it really depends what part of the process you're on. If you're in the beginning and you're just now drawing all your daily levels, yeah, I mean, if you see something that looks a little wide, please add that halfway point. It'll definitely help you out in the future. $4 though, you might not need to add anything. It really depends on why I started with the process part of that answer is because let's say you're on the 5 minute, right? And you already have all your levels drawn. Here, let me add those back. And you already have your levels drawn. You're going to be looking to see, okay, well, I don't just have these levels. What other levels do I have on this chart? I got the previous day high, the previous day low. Let's say pre-market highs right here. Let's say pre-market lows right here. I'm just giving examples. This is not accurate, by the way. And then you'll see, okay, it's not a $4 range. There's a little bit more going on here because you started adding that other information that you might not have had unverified yet. Like if I know I have the previous day high supply right here, and then this day doesn't go touch it, I'm just going to leave it there. There's no point in deleting that yet until I actually see an invalidation of that range. Same thing for this, until I see a break of that. So sometimes you got to get through your daily time frame level, get down to your smaller time frame level, add your pre-market high, pre-market low, your previous day levels, your 50% of your previous day, and then you'll start to notice, okay, there isn't a $4 range here. There is a little bit more going on here. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, now I have a nice, well-rounded chart where there's good position levels everywhere. It doesn't look like anything is too super tight on anything, because it does kind of suck when you got like a million levels in one area. I think all of us can agree on that one. Great question, though, Andrew. So I guess, in short, my answer is, what part of the process are you on? And then to also just kind of take into consideration that you probably are going to have some smaller time frame levels there from recent. But if you don't like the range, and let's say it's just too big for you, like give me an example. Where's this $4 range that you're trying to draw? I'm trying to find one, honestly. Here's like a $3 range. See, like on the bigger time frames, these levels are like that close to each other, right? But then you zoom into this time frame, the 1, the 5 minute, the 3 minute, 10 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, and they are a lot farther away. And it's like, is it really fair for you to say under 493.86 aim for 491.27? No, it's not. So in that case, if you are day trading and you want to add that, go ahead, add that halfway point. There's a level at 492.81. That doesn't hurt anything. But let's say you go to the daily time frame and you're like, oh, there's just too much stuff here. Just delete it. It's not gonna hurt it's not gonna hurt anything. So just be comfortable with how your chart looks. Because sometimes I do that too. If I'm making my morning watch list and I'm like, well, I don't know if I should really type under 494.30, aim for 491.27. That's a pretty far drop, you know. Daily time frame wise, no, it's not. But for us to be trading 5 minute, 1 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute, 15 minute candles down to this level, yeah, that is a lot. We need to see a lot more trend pickup from then. You know, that could take hours to get to there. So yeah, maybe add something in between to where, let's say, when we are taking trades under this and we're trimming some, we have something to trim part of our position at. I don't know. I guess that kind of goes into the process part of the question too, because you would only see that if you went down to the smaller time frames and started writing up your game plan. He says, I have 498.10 and 494.35 on SPY, and you have the mark in between, which I don't. Which, let me go see where I'm getting that from. Let me just reconfirm that that is a halfway point. Oh, hold up. Oh, so that is what I did. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is a halfway point. You are correct. I don't know. I just didn't like the range from here to here, you know, because we've been selling off from here the past couple days, but we didn't have anything in between that really helped, you know. So I didn't like the $4 range. I personally wanted to add it because I didn't like how wide it was, but $4 is not like, you know, a lot by any margin. But yeah, just be comfortable with what's in front of you. If you look at your chart and it feels kind of awkward, add it. If you don't have it and it's not really bothering you, then don't worry. But if it is bothering you, go ahead and add it. And you'll always have mine to backtest off of too. If you're ever like, I wonder what he drew, maybe we'll see. And go backtest to see if mine's different than yours. I post them every night in that channel, so. And it's not like mine are right, per se. It's just how I think it should look. What I'm comfortable with looking at. They got really close to filling that overnight gap. Tobias says, let my calls print. Do you have to be a member to get access to the voice one? I don't think you have to, Manny. You shouldn't have to be a member. I think it says... Here, let me see. Permissions. Everyone can view the channel and connect. I believe only me and Daffy have perms to speak, though. I think. Good question, though, Andrew. Dondi said AMD looks nice, and then he posted a link. Oh, that he's linking something else. Triple Q filled its gap. Spy did not. Great call out by Andrew. Just good information. See, it's not like you're saying, hey, buy calls, buy puts. Like, no, it's just good to have info sometimes. 1 second. Manny, did you try to join to see if it worked or not? I don't think you have to be, because there's people in here who aren't, and they're in here. So I think you're fine. This is just something extra, so when YouTube, you know, does what it's been doing to us, people could just join here for extra. I guess it's more of a reliable option than anything. Discord has never done me wrong yet, knock on wood. Alright, I'll check AMD. There is some nice higher lows holding a good part of that chart. Good eye, Dondu. This is probably the most passive a buying opportunity has looked the last 2 days for this chart. Agree on that one. And it's got some good timing with how SPY is moving right now. And thank you guys on YouTube for 50 likes on the dot. That's pretty crazy, actually, considering all the problems we've had today. So thank you all for that. Right now we're just watching SPY holding a potential higher low over the base of the overnight gap fill. If you go from previous day or Friday's close up to today's open with a fib, and then you add the golden pocket and 50%. That's what this kind of in between highlighted area is. I'll just show you. So if you go from the previous day close to the today's open, you get this area. Just a easy little extra area you can add if you get a nice gap up or a gap down. If anybody wants info on that, there's also a video where me and Leland just kind of sit here and talk about it for a little bit. Which I feel like that's really the only newest thing I've ever added to the system. I'd say everything else is pretty old. The overnight gap's probably the only new thing we've added. The lower high retest, the higher low retest, the breakouts, all this stuff, that's always existed. Might be a little bit more broken down now, more organized. But I would definitely say the only new thing we've ever added is the overnight gap fib, but I think it's very powerful. And every time we've back tested, it's been very helpful. And then some days it just doesn't touch it at all. That's just whatever. Here's my like. Thank you, fool. I'm going to change your nickname in chat, man. I'm going to change it to GPT-5 or something. Or Llama 3. He said no. Andrew said, volume is diminishing on SPY 5-minute, possible reversal to the downside. And that'd be a good position too, because remember, this is where we're under the previous day control point, we're under today's open, we're under the break of structure. Last time we were here, we made lower highs. So we're in an area where we have rejected and pulled back from. I got a bounce. Thanks for the streaming in here, B. Hope y'all have a good day. See you on the trade floor. See you, Don Dude. Thank you for being here, man. Gonna go do some charts and look at some stuff. Oh, go to down. There you go. Good rejection on IWM. Pullback. Didn't even make a new low day in IWM. Triple Q had the most pullback today. I'd say SPY was in second. IWM was in third. They're all kind of on the same recovery move right now. Just kind of early signs of life. Nothing super crazy yet. Tesla's still struggling. This poor thing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little shocked it went under 140. I'll be honest with everybody here. When I saw it broke 150s, that was just, you know, that really wasn't as surprising. But the fact we hit under 140 is pretty impressive. So historical just knowledge of this, if you're buying shares here, you're in the same exact spot as when people were buying shares before both splits on Tesla. This is where people were buying when it was at, I don't remember the math anymore, but where this was though is where the best buying opportunities were, is between 140 150, and the fact we hit under that is a little impressive. Because I know a lot of people are hurting holding shares, because that means both splits have now been traded under now, which is wild. And again, I highly recommend charting the weekly. Go back test, see if you find something better than me. But all I did was my usual method. I went from the high of the red candle to the open of the last green candle before reversal down to give me recent supply on the weekly. I did the same thing. I went down to here and I went from the low of the move to the top of the last red candle before the reversal up to give myself a weekly demand. Did the same thing here. Low of the last red candle before the reversal back up to the top of the last red candle. Edit properties, Just jump it over to 2025 because we are lazy and don't want to have to extend it over manually. Remove this old one. And just, I mean, we can highlight all of them, I guess. And just look at that. It's kind of in the middle of limbo mode where it's like, do we keep going? Do we go back up and reject this? What do we do here? Price has no idea where it wants to go. So there's a very good chance it does free fall down to 120, which is just mind-blowing that I'm even saying these numbers out loud right now, because if you told me a year and a half, 2 years ago, or even just 6 months ago that this would be headed towards potentially 120 if new lows were made, I wouldn't believe you. I'd say you're high. I'd say you're sniffing paint. I would say that there's just no way. That's how impressive it is to be here on the Tesla chart. So please continue to watch this on the weekly time frame. It's a very rare occurrence that I say this about a setup. I've been saying that for months on this chart because the weekly is what's going to keep you in this. You're not going to have any patience to catch this. Shut up, Logan. This guy. What was I saying? But this is the one that's going to give you the most patience. The weekly is going to give you the most patience. You're going to be able to just kind of wait on price to develop support, a signal, a candle confirmation, literally anything. We have no information right now except that this might want to keep going lower. We have no indication of anything else. But I just want to give a little bit of history on that because a lot of the newer people or a lot of the people who have just shown up over the last year and a half or so don't know that this has had 2 splits. And that we're at that average. This is where people were able to buy shares before it split twice, before it rallied up to crazy-ass numbers. This is where price was. So just keep that in mind. This is a very important area. Do not look away from Tesla over the next couple weeks. And I am in no way, shape, or form saying buy a bunch of Tesla calls, buy a bunch of Tesla shares. Do what you want. If you don't care for it, go invest in other things. I was just giving you a setup because I genuinely believe that that's in a great spot to give us something in the next couple weeks. Maybe not right here, right now, but over the next couple weeks, we'll have a lot more information on that chart on the weekly time frame. Right now, it's only Monday, so it's kind of pointless to look at it, but you'll see, though, it gives you a lot more confidence, a lot more patience. At first, it kind of sucks because you just want to touch everything, you want to trade everything, but then you start to look at it more, and you're proud of your joy of missing out. You're proud of the patience and discipline. Oh, and here's a good example by Leland. He posted it in the Discord about what I was showing. So if you go to the... Oh, he's on the monthly. But he's going back to before both of the splits, and you can see it was at $64 a share, up to about 120. So we'll just count both of those. 64 to 120. But you should remind that, too. He said 120-ish at the bottom of that. That was where the other level was on that chart that I was just showing you. It was about 118.10 or something. So it's pretty close. See you later, Tobias. He said, I am out, but before, like the stream as a mini prayer to let our calls print. That sounds like hopium. Cheers, boys. See you later, Tobias. Always appreciate that. Yeah, you see Tesla 60, just buy. Or question if Elon is alive. That would be the other thing. Because without Elon, that ship doesn't go. Yo, high key, Discord guys. How loud is my typing on the Discord mic? I'm sure it's even louder than the YouTube. And be honest. You can be mean. Slightly louder than YouTube. Okay, that's what I figured. Just because the audio is better. It hit me because Fool said my audio is better. I was like, damn, that means my typing is probably a lot louder. Oh, that was Keanu mocking my type. Yeah, he was. I had a few people do that, actually. Here, I'll pull it up. That was a pretty funny tweet. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I'm thinking of this one. Okay, not that one. Yeah, I don't remember it then. Damn. I remember what you're talking about, but I don't remember what meme it was. That is me typing, though. I'm not gonna get defensive when someone makes fun of my typing. I do type pretty loud, and my friends have made me very aware of that. It's not my fault, man. I used to hold channel locks for like hours at a time in between my fingers in very tight locations and just tight areas for plumbing. I used to do all kinds of plumbing for airports, hospitals, everything. And it would just, I don't know, like your fingers are like I can't feel that I'm smashing my keyboard that hard. I promise you, in my head, I'm typing fast and light, but I know for a fact that I'm not, because you guys all made me aware of that. But it's just my fingers. They just have like stupid, I don't know, not strength. It's just like they don't know that they're going hard. Fast typing sounds is way better than slow. That's true. At least I'm typing somewhat fast. Oh, he found it. What was the date of that tweet? 4/9/24. 4/9/24. I probably could have gone through my notifications quicker than that. Oh, don't start barking, Faith. Don't you do it. Don't you start barking at nothing. Air temperature changes by like 0.0001. Dog barks. Yo, thank you, Drake. You're literally the best. Yeah, he put, yo, I found your keyboard, bro. And it's, I built the world's loudest keyboard.
It's so distant.
Yo, quit talking. Type. Okay. Well, you get the point. It's a loud ass keyboard. I'm gonna get that Wooting keyboard next, though. I'm just waiting for this one to go out. Wooting. I want to get the 80HE. It's like an analog keyboard where, like, as soon as your finger's touching it, the key is being pressed. Whereas this one, it doesn't get pressed until your finger's all the way down. Which I think will help me, because I smash the keys thinking I'm not going far enough, is what I think how my brain works. So I think if I get that keyboard, I should be fine. And it'll be quicker. So I'll type even faster than I do now. But not by a lot, it'll be by a hair. Yeah, that'll be cool though. I've had a couple of you send me keyboards as jokes. Not like actually send me one, but like send me links to some of them. What keyboard? Here, I'll just send it. 80HE. Wooting 80HE. WOOTING 80HE. Drake, I'm just like thinking back on that meme, like How to show you're an OG without showing you're an OG, just knowing I type loud. How is everyone in the Discord stream? How is everyone in the YouTube stream? I got 2 streams going. Just checking on it. I don't understand how I run 2 streams. The YouTube one stops having errors. You would think this is using more of my computer, but apparently not. More of my internet. Again, a further confirmation that YouTube sucks. Get the Corsair Silent Mechanical K70 MK10. Let me look that up. Corsair. Oh, never mind. You linked me. Thank you. What the hell, man? This took me to a Patreon link that says, please donate. What are you doing? Oh, it's out of stock. This looks like my old keyboard. I used to have this keyboard. Maybe it wasn't this exact one, but that layout, I've had that layout before because it has those like flat buttons at the top. Because I've had, I think, 2 Corsair keyboards, and then I moved over to Logitech. This keyboard is 200 and what? My brother and what? It's out of stock and it's an over $200 keyboard, but damn, does it look nice. My Lenovo lights up like, oh, cool, cool. Elisa's good. Good to hear, Elisa. What's up, man? Gekko Kevo. How you doing, dog? Hope you're doing great as well, man. Logitech is clicky AF. Proven. 6 red, 10 green days so far this month. Working on being more consistent. Good job, Carter. And good job staying out in front of it. Drake sent me a keyboard too. Let's see what this one says. Ah, see, this is more my game right here. Yeah, those minimal keyboards, I love those. Because I pretty much will use this as a gaming keyboard. Damn, this one's currently unavailable too. Double shot PBT keycaps. Yo, thanks for the keyboard links though. Hi, Key. Oh, that one comes with extra keycaps too. Today was good. I saw, Kevo, I saw. Kick ass, man. Hopefully your day outside of trading is good too. Hopefully your day just in general is good. Happy to hear that though, man. Seriously. No, seriously, man. I love that for you. I need the numpad for my accounting job. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. And Pro is the best keyboard for gaming, swear to God. Is it... Are they the keys, Drake? Are those the keys, though, that, like, click as I'm clicking? Or are they clicking, like, after my fingers all the way down? I think mechanical is the word, but I'm just not educated enough. Click as click? Okay, okay. That's what I wanted to know. Because that's what's probably going to be the decider for my next keyboard. I'm tired of the, yeah, actuation depth. There you go. Jesus. I couldn't think of actuation. Like, that's the word. That's the one I wanted. But yeah, like, as your finger is hitting it, it, like, actually clicks. That's what I want. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Linear versus tactile bump. See, this is why I need y'all. This is why I need y'all. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I know what I want, but I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Spy has pretty much just hit the trend that... I don't know what I was going to say, trend line. Pretty much went over the previous day control point and then went up the next few minutes to hit the what was a higher low turned into a bearish retest to the downside, and now we're trying to retake even that, which is a very good sign by buyers that they want to try and retake that. Again, kind of just left our arrows there because nothing to really add on besides that. Just watching them short-term retake. Let's go check out some other charts, though. I'm tired of looking at that one. No. I don't want to trade you. Where are my levels at? Oh, did I clear the chart and then get off the screen? Oh, I gotta redo triple Q today. I need to redo all my charts, honestly. Where's BA at today? This is a chart that I wouldn't be shocked if it fell more. Coin is another one. I think I'd rather see them get a test up here between 243 and 246 for what can be a bearish retest. If they go over, of course, it could be a good continuation for bulls. But they are in a pretty nasty spot. Nice rejection, possibly another rejection again against 228. So that's another one that I'm kind of thinking about. What else? Pepsi's been moving the last couple days. Let's check that out. Pep. Oh, you are not kidding. Of course, they're right on that next zone. On the daily time frame, that's kind of like that next supply. I was gonna say demand is probably like right here. They didn't even touch it. Inside bar, positive print over. Sucks that they have earnings so soon. So it looks like a nice just move up before earnings. We'll have to see what they do afterwards. It looks like the market believes they're going to produce some good numbers. So what they're doing is they're buying it up before the news comes out. And then when the news comes out, they'll probably have a gap up and then a bearish candle. Or just straight up gap it down. But it does look like they're expecting good numbers from Pepsi. So that's why they're already going up ahead of time. Ahead of earnings, I should say. Good looks on that Pepsi chart. Here, we'll add that. Ulta. Honestly, just kind of watching Ulta because it was a really good bullish play from before that we just haven't watched in a bit. It just keeps falling. So just kind of keeping that one on watch just because it has such good movement. How long will I be on? I don't know. I actually have no idea. I'm honestly just kind of vibing, just enjoying myself, just kind of answering questions and going through different messages by people. I have no idea how long I'll be on today. We've been going since open, so we've been here for just under 3 hours. In 15 minutes, it'll be 3 hours. I'm not getting off yet. You don't have to worry about that. I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. And I'll give y'all any good updates if I see any. Right now, I would say the two things to look out for is kind of back to where we were this morning. I mean, we're in the exact same seat we were this morning where after this move happened, we were in a position where it was like, all right, we know that we can be bullish beyond this. And then we got lower highs, some good top wicks, and then sellers stepped in. So we're going to be looking at the exact same conversation again. Let me remove all this so we don't confuse anybody else. We're going to be looking for the same thing we did here, though. Are we looking for lower highs and rejections with top wicks on the 1 and the 5 minute, or are we going to see a push beyond this and any kind of retest to follow afterwards? We shall see. But now we know the most important area of the chart is between 498.10 and 498.32 as of right now where current price is. To the downside, we just kind of left this mark just because this is where we built structure earlier on this morning before we retested and pushed away from it. Both at a breakout and single candle retest as well as a midterm retest. But now we're retaking and pushing beyond that, so we're just kind of back to square one, really. SPY going to pre-market high, then bounce. Good call by Andrew. Of course, if you guys have any updates or call-outs or just really anything in general or questions, feel free to throw them out there and I will read them out in the chat. But just remember, first time we got here, we rejected this pretty well. Just going to zoom in a little more. Pretty well. $498.10, $498.32. Carter said if IWM holds, we could see a nice move up. Has a gap that you've been eyeing. Okay. Oh yeah, good looks. Yep, they are working back up. Very nice, actually. I saw them when they were here, but I didn't really come back to the chart till just now. Yeah, looks like over 194.68 they could do a good job. Whoa, nasty move over that resistance by the buyers. 498.10, 498.32, like we were talking about. See if we get a continuation. That's the high of day, though. We have not hit anything higher than that yet. What's up, Manny? Good afternoon, Timmy. How you doing? He said really good. What happened to you today, Timmy? He's got a really good day today. I'm doing alright. Thanks for asking, man. I'm like sometimes turning too far to the right and I can't tell if he'll even... my mic even picks it up. Honestly, I just woke up, but everything has just been going good lately. Good. Glad to hear that. What is that noise I'm hearing? Misi said closed SPX runner 91% on that last push. Oh my gosh, Misi. What was your favorite part of your entry, or what was your favorite confirmation that really pushed you into your trade? What was your deciding factor, Misi? Great job, by the way. 91% is no small feat. What's up, Alexis? He said just joined. Hope y'all did great today. You were on the sideline. Totally fine, Alexis. Glad to see you, man. Oh, it was Leland. Good call out, Andrew. Thank you. I don't have my headset on, so I appreciate you. I was like, what am I hearing, bro? Like, I heard voices, but I didn't know what I was hearing. Leland's hot micing. Everybody tag Leland to confuse him even more. Hurry. Just tag him and don't say anything. Oh, damn it. He heard me. No, you're good, Leland. You're good. I wanted to make this even funnier, but now he'll know. It would have just been cool for him to look at his Discord and see like 60 notifications, but nobody actually saying anything. And then he's just like scrolling for days trying to find what the hell's going on. That'd have been a really good way to confuse someone. I mean, I don't care. YouTube stream can't even hear it because I have it muted. He says on a walk. Cool, cool. Alright, so right now we do have a nice retest of this area. We made a new high of day. They broke back under. That's not really a good sign. For bulls. For bulls, that is a bad sign. Because they close beyond it, then instantly close back under it. A lot of bearish pressure there. Yeah, that's my dog right there that Ethan has. That small one, that one's mine. I don't know why he took my dog. That's crazy. My dog reincarnated into his dog. Them toe flip-flops gotta go. You're better than that. Open holding technically, but when it breaks, we might flush. Good looks, Timmy. I like that, adding further confirmation. Hacked into people's account, gonna full port calls. Hacks into people's account, just buys shares of GameStop, logs out, doesn't actually withdraw or mess up his account, just straight up buys shares of GameStop. That would be even more messed up. It's not a scam if you don't take anything, right? I can't fathom that 2020. Bro, yeah, I mean, I'm still here talking. I'm PTSD through the ceiling on that one. You know what's crazy about that, though? I don't think I was as baffled by the first rally of AMC and GameStop. I think what I was the most baffled by was the amount of people who kept holding, bought more, and then on the second breakout, whenever they went up again that second time, I think one of them went up higher, one of them did not, but they both went up again to where you definitely could have had gains if you were, you know, buying at those lows. But the amount of people that were like, I can't believe you guys didn't buy. I've been telling y'all to buy. We're going to be rich. And then when it went up, they were like, why didn't y'all buy? And then whenever everything sold back off, and pretty much all the way up to right now, I have not heard a soul mention AMC or GameStop and how their position is doing. Meaning, most of those people did not sell and are probably really mad at themselves. But also pretty crazy because there was a very small percentage of people who probably did sell everything they had and made, I mean, life-changing money off of some of the craziest moves in the market on stocks I don't think anybody would confidently say are going to go up again. But yeah, very crazy. Very crazy times. I know a lot of you guys were there when that was going on. Oh my god, Sinful just posted the greatest EV meme ever. You guys have to see this. Workhorse, Nikola, Fisker, Rivian, Lucid, Tesla, Neo. Oh my god. Yes, I am taking this. I wanted to check out Misi's trade, though. So you guys saw her gains. She talked about a few things factored in here. She liked the grind of the higher lows, the higher move, and the uptrend. Price was holding above the previous day control point. That's that dotted orange line we've been talking about all morning. And held a very short-term fib, the blue arrow. So she liked that it retook really good levels. We have really good, nice uptrend. We're finally starting to show more signs for upside. She gets in. She takes profit. We see that we're at a seller area. 91% is pretty badass, not gonna lie. Let's give her 3 emojis on that one. We're gonna go post Sinful's meme on Twitter real quick and pretend that we made it. I can't even believe I workhorses in this meme. That's funny. Rivian. Why does my Discord keep doing that? I did and lost it the next day. Shake my head. No, Timmy, you're right. That I'm not saying it's bearish. I'm just saying this isn't a good sign that they closed over it and created liquidation for them to come down. Now that they've reached this, now it's a potential bullish retest to go up. You are correct on that. You are correct. That's how you should be reading it. There is no other way to read that right now. I was just saying up here, this is not a good sign for them, because that can definitely bring them back down. But what's the next thing under us? Previous, or no, I'm sorry, not that previous take control point, that higher low level we were looking at earlier. So I would say that's what they were wanting to test from there. But no, this does look good for a potential bullish retest. If this ends up making another rejection here, though, and more top wick step in and we make a new low, I would be almost 100% confident we're at least smacking previous day control point again. A breakout over the 498.10, 498.32 can bring 499.50, 500.50. The annoying 500s that we keep getting stuck under. And that's why you see Mel in the Stock Talk chat, he says, need to flush the consolidation, because he sees, yes, this is a good sign for a bear, but need to break that structure. Even he sees that. So that's why you see him typing that. Let's go to 502 today. Okay, guys, JC has calls. Oh, hey, Rollout, I see you're in the Discord voice chat. Those are really good questions that you sent me the other day. Even if you yourself might have been like, oh, some of these are going to sound basic. They weren't, man. They were great questions. I could tell you kept getting deeper with them, too, the further down I kept reading. I was like, all right, he's not just asking basic questions. He's reading into it more on his own and then wanting to ask a further question. I get that. I could see you were reaching for it, though. So that was cool. The levels are pretty clean, I'm not going to lie. Just waiting for 9 EMA tickle to decide what to enter. The 9 EMA tickle. Market makers hate this one simple trick. The EMA tickle. It's a conspiracy. He said there's the tickle. And they did close under that. I believe we are also under current day open again. Yeah, I was going to say it's a little higher than my red level. Which, oh my god, do you guys see that? Alright, so I'm just going to mark this short term. I'm not leaving it here because there's other levels. But check this out. So, we always talk about patterns with positionings. So, you just got like a little bit of a top wick here. I'm not going to say that's a huge pattern. But then you end up getting a top wick, a bearish hammer. You end up getting another hammer and an evening star at the break of today's open. So, I mean, it's just good to see patterns breaking good spots. Giving you higher probabilities. Why is my chart doing that? Thanks for taking the time to respond. I have been focusing on the lower high, higher high, lower low today in conjunction with the good stuff. Something fun to do, and I wouldn't do this once you start getting into trading more and more and more, but something that's fun to do, and you can do this on any day. You don't have to just do the current day. You can go back and, destroy, clear your chart, go back, chart it again, and go back through, and just kind of like from that day's open, like what did we do? Oh, we dropped down, then we held, then we pushed higher, then we held, we failed to make this low, so now we're just kind of holding a slightly higher low, or you could just say double bottom in that case. It moves up, hits this high. All right, awesome. Comes back down, still holding that low. Awesome. Ends up coming down, rejects. Awesome. Like, just kind of like seeing the lows, the highs, in what order are they coming in from open. And you can do this every day, just to give you a little bit of fun practice. But I wouldn't draw those lines while you're trading. It can get a little noisy, but it's a fun way to practice, and I really do like the simplicity behind lows, highs, lower highs, higher lows. It's very easy to follow, and over time you'll start to notice things click a little bit easier for you when using them in conjunction with the levels and just how we navigate the levels with our entry types. I think you'll realize that, and then you'll be like, oh damn, okay, it all works together. But yeah, ever since that move, they are not making this easy. Good break under that higher low. We're just above previous day control point again after multiple lower highs. Where's the toilet flush emoji at? Do we not have one? Oh, there is one. We got this one. We got this one. And I think we have a red candlestick, unless I'm mistaken. I am mistaken. I was thinking of YouTube chat. And now you're getting what looks like a single candle retest to the downside. We are still above previous day control point. Be very careful of that. Kind of sucks there's so many levels right here. Oh, let me redelete this. I didn't want to have too many levels. I kind of like having the focus of knowing that sellers can pop up here unless buyers take over. I like having the same effect but opposite down here. Break and hold. Yeah, we'll see. Burn it to the ground. Burj Khalifa. Leland's looking for a pullback. How is everyone doing in the YouTube and Discord so far? Been live for just a hair over 3 hours now. Just kind of doing a wellness checkup. Pretty much just been updating SPY all day. Checked a bunch of other things. Getting ready for this exam at 1:30. Damn, that sucks. Hopefully you're prepared, Andrew. I hope you're prepared correctly and you're ready to go. Leland said, would be nice, but I still think we see SPX crawl back to 5100 soon. That just makes me want to sit cash. Two-day, 5-minute. God, I hope today closes like this. Because if it does, and then we get an IB on the daily, and that is one of the easiest things to chart and trade. So I honestly hope we don't do anything today. I hope we stay inside of the previous day or Friday's high and low. That would be awesome. I see Lee then said that too, saying that we should be sitting cash as today is an inside bar day so far. Good call out. Wow, real fun to update here. A little bit of strength here by the buyers though, for us to close under like that and then retake in the next candle, pretty impressive. But could also just be some range type price action where you end up getting good rejections of resistance and good buys off of supports, just to kind of prolong it all the way into the close. Which I hope it does do that, therefore tomorrow is really fun. Just stream video games? I don't know if people would want to watch the type of games I play. Man, I wish I could like play music in the Discord for y'all, because I'm sure this is like crazy just hearing me and my fan. What do you mean Battlefield 2024 and CS2 are beautiful games? If you play Mario 3, I will. Which one's Mario 3? Oh, this is the one with the cat ears. Okay. Yo, Heike, I don't know how many of you guys actually play Mario games. That Super Mario Odyssey game was kind of addicting, I'm not gonna lie. The game where he like throws the hat around a lot. Sandollar said, finally got my chat text box to work again. I had to sign out of YouTube and back in. Wow, that's crazy. Well, you're here now, Sandollar, and I'm happy you're here. We're just chilling, kind of just talking about anything really, just watching buyers slowly hold this red line we drew earlier, which buyers did have control of before. NES? Oh, okay. The Mario games slap. I love those. I have Bloomberg TV on in the background like a real aristocrat. Do you even really care if you aren't invested entirely into Bloomberg? Good update by Leland as well. He posted a chart in the Stock Talk little text chat thing if anybody in there wants to check that out. I always like to look back onto his charts because sometimes they're a little bit more simple than mine in terms of like what levels are there. It's like literally just the important info. And sometimes it's nice to remind yourself like, alright, this is what I need to be looking for. There is other info as well for more tedious in between, but that gives you the gist of everything you need. Well, at least for now. Things can change, of course. We're about 15 minutes till noon, which can be a lot more boring. I'll probably start streaming for another 16-20 minutes just to get it to noon. But I think I do want to stream tomorrow because if today's going to end up as an inside bar, tomorrow's going to be a really, really, really awesome day to trade. Like, go to bed early tonight if today's an inside bar. Be ready for tomorrow, because it's going to be a really good day. What news do we have this week? I was looking at Eric's post. Let me go look again. I need to see what news we got tomorrow. I should just be like mainly earnings calls, right? Today's the 22nd, tomorrow's the 23rd. Yeah, we got GE, UPS, GM. Okay, so PMI comes out tomorrow. That's going to be fun. That's 15 minutes after market opens. And then we have new home sales 30 minutes after market opens. And then at noon tomorrow we have the 2-year note, which that probably won't draw that much of a reaction. But PMI will. So 15 minutes after tomorrow's open is going to be pretty important. 15 and 30 minutes after tomorrow's open. So there might not be a crazy move today just because of that. We'll see how they position us end of day. But tomorrow should be very exciting because of that news. That should bring in some movement. And if it doesn't, then at least we should get a directional move. We'll see. And then it looks like the 24th, we have durable goods and oil inventories in the 5-year note. Got Meta, Boeing, IBM, AT&T earnings. Thursday we got jobless claims, GDP, PCE, 7-year note, and then Friday we got PCE core and everything else. Okay. Some pretty important info this week. And if I stream tomorrow, I'll do this Discord thing again because this was too easy, and it looks like a lot more people prefer this. JC. We can go over other stuff too in tomorrow's stream. Like we'll go over some swing trading stuff too if you guys want. We kind of went over some stuff like that, but mainly today I was going over just SPY direction because it's Monday. I just want to give myself some good context on how the week is starting out. I feel like that's what Mondays are the best for, just kind of setting the tone. We are still just kind of fighting that 498.10, 498.32 resistance. Again, just to kind of go over where that even comes from. Back out to the 5-day, 5-minute real quick. These aren't both emerging candles, are they? Oh, they are. This is this area. It's these two levels. Yeah, we got a little sticky area here. And we got 500, 501.20. Could probably draw a halfway point between here and here, but I didn't bother because we have other levels already here. The early morning lower highs were very nice. I will not lie about that. Retook, got us a nice 90% entry. Inside bar, popped up above, closed above previous day control point, smacked that resistance we've been kind of stuck under all day. Just kind of ranging now above that previous day control point, a little bit of that structure area we saw before, and back up against that resistance again. Just looking to see what is next. Sand Dollar said in the trade floor just now, for your information, he's still having intermittent problems, fewer and fewer, since Schwab converted to TOS instead of its former edge. And they have been very good at resolving issues with a quick phone call too. They answer from two different groups of texts, one from Schwab and then of the original TOS, formerly Ameritrade. All good though, very helpful. Cool. But I think I'm going to end the stream there. It's almost noon. We went for about 3.5 hours. So pretty good stream today. I most likely will stream tomorrow just because I want to try to get myself back into a better disciplined routine of streaming pretty much every day. So I want to try to work towards that again. But guys, thank you all again for an amazing stream. Seriously, on both Discord and YouTube. Thank you all for the comments, the updates. These aren't about like follow everything Bueller says. Like, no, it really is teamwork. Everybody's working together, cooperating together, trying to just work through the system together. We're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna have our own, you know, pace of progression, I should say. But at the end of the day, as long as you're trying to move forward and you're trying to have a good mind about things, you know, that's really how you should go on about it. You know, it really isn't about beating yourself up or any of that. It isn't about being smart. It really just is about sticking to the system, being disciplined. But thank you guys again. Love you all. Thank you for the streams again. Thank you for the likes on the YouTube stream. Thank you for everything on Discord and all the updates. Thank you guys again for posting your trade reviews too, not just the gains. I'm really happy to see the trade reviews every time I check that channel. And this week I'll try to record that number 2 series of the trade reviews again. I didn't do it last week, but I had a couple saved. But thank you guys again, and yeah, tomorrow's going to be juicy, as Timmy just said in the YouTube stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll get a game plan out tonight. If not, then I will have it in the morning, and we'll go over everything again in the morning together, so there won't be any disconnect anywhere. But guys, I'll see you all later on. Thank you again, and love you all.